Today, we're talking about quick acceptance of VP Harris's campaign, the director of the Secret Service resigning, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's visit to D.C., and other top news for Wednesday, July 24th. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the pour-over today. Here's the quote of the day. True faith means holding nothing back. It means putting every hope in God's fidelity to his promises. Francis Chan. Let's get started with some espresso shots. Democrats are rallying behind VP Kamala Harris. Harris has secured support from the majority of Democratic delegates and is expected to easily win the party's nomination the first week of August. She received endorsements from former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, all 23 Democratic governors, and every name floated as a potential challenger to her nomination, e.g. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. She also has the support of donors. In 24 hours, Harris raised $81 million, more than the Biden campaign raised in all of Q1. Her campaign said the historic outpouring of support came from nearly 900,000 people, most of whom were donating for the first time this election cycle. Meanwhile, Republicans are rallying against her. They accuse Harris of failing to secure the border and lying to the public about President Biden's mental fitness. Followers of Christ are not identified by who they vote for, but by their love for others. And yes, that means loving people that you believe have unloving beliefs or stances. Stand out this election season by loving your political enemy. 1 Corinthians 13:4-6 says, "Love is patient, love is kind. Love does not envy, is not boastful, is not arrogant, is not rude, is not self-seeking, is not irritable, and does not keep a record of wrongs. Love finds no joy in unrighteousness, but rejoices in the truth." From the hot seat to updating her resume. Yesterday, Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle announced her resignation in an email to Secret Service agents, saying that the agency failed in its mission to protect the nation's leaders when former President Trump was shot on July 13th. In a statement, President Biden thanked her for leading the agency and promised to appoint a new director soon. Her resignation came a day after her poorly received testimony before Congress. For nearly 5 hours, Cheadle faced a barrage of questions and was repeatedly criticized from both sides of the aisle for deflecting questions or answering in generalities, citing the ongoing investigation. She did suggest that the agents closest to Trump did not know there was an active threat, despite warnings to local authorities and other Secret Service agents. Our hope is never contingent on a government agency. It's much more secure than that. As believers, we have reason to praise the incorruptible leader of leaders. In all you do, seek to walk in his holy ways. 2 Samuel 22:31 says, "God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is pure. He is a shield to all who take refuge in him." Israel's Prime Minister is in D.C. for the first time in nearly 4 years. Prime Minister Netanyahu first met with the families of American hostages still held by Hamas, assuring them that a deal to bring home hostages is near. Freeing hostages, continued war with Hamas, and confronting other Iran-backed groups reportedly topped the list of discussion topics when he heads to the capital today. Netanyahu will address a Congress increasingly divided over Israel's war conduct to anchor the bipartisan support. Some Democrat seats will be empty, with lawmakers declining to attend in protest. Demonstrations outside of the Capitol are also expected. Netanyahu will meet with President Biden, who is done quarantining and returned to the White House yesterday, and Vice President Harris on Thursday before heading to Florida to meet with former President Trump. Commit to praying for world leaders to be wise, and to work towards peaceful resolutions, while simultaneously placing your hope in God, not government. 1 Timothy 2:1-2 says, "First of all then, I urge that petitions, prayers, intercessions, and thanksgivings be made for everyone, for kings and all those who are in authority, so that we may lead a tranquil and quiet life in all godliness and dignity."
Sometimes it feels like money doesn't stretch very far these days. But when you sponsor a child through Compassion International, just $43 per month is crazy powerful. Sponsorship means education, clean water, healthy food, medical care, and most importantly, hope. Through local churches in the area, sponsored children build relationships with Jesus-loving adults who can offer the specific support kids need to thrive. Not sure where to start? Go to compassion.com/TPO or find the link in the show notes and search by birthday to see if there's a child with your birthday that needs a sponsor.
In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. CrowdStrike's glitch really clipped Delta's wings. The airline canceled over 400 flights yesterday and 1,250 on Monday. It's the only fleet still partially grounded after global computer systems shut down on Friday. Transportation Secretary Buttigieg called out Delta for continued disruptions and unacceptable customer service, and Delta apologized, saying the outage also hit their crew management systems. The robots are coming, eventually. Elon Musk announced that Tesla's humanoid robot named Optimus will enter limited production for internal use next year and be available for sale in 2026, later than originally planned. The company plans to use the bots to assist with car production and handling dangerous or repetitive tasks. People are protesting the death of Sonia Massey following the release of police footage. Massey, a black woman with mental health challenges, called 911 to report a prowler. The scene was calm until she abruptly rebuked a deputy while turning off the stove. The deputy, feeling threatened by boiling water, fatally shot her. He has been fired and charged with murder. They're loving it. 93% of McDonald's locations voted to extend the franchise's $5 meal deal promo through August after seeing a healthy McBoost to traffic and sales. Ronald launched the deal, which was originally only supposed to last 4 weeks, last month to compete with other fast food chains and win back budget-conscious customers. Stevie Wonder can thank Eminem for keeping his record intact. Taylor Swift's run at Billboard's #1 spot ended as Eminem's new album, The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace, kicked the Tortured Poets department out of the top spot after 12 weeks. Only Stevie's 1976 13-week run with Songs in the Key of Life was longer. And that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening. If you're listening on the Apple Podcasts app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We appreciate your support and hope you have a great day. We'll see you on Friday.